Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future anime and cartoon-related videos. So, I know it's been out for a few days, but I just got around to watching all 3 episodes of Burn the Witch. My anime list has this listed as like a movie, but in reality, it's basically like we got 3 episodes of a season. It's in the it's in the works possibly of a season 2, but it's who knows as of right now. It was just kind of a fun little anime. It didn't. The first episode honestly didn't really grab me that much, but as it went on, I definitely got more into it. So I am thankful they kind of released all 3 episodes right off the bat, similar to some of the Netflix shows that we have seen. So before we get into the storyline, let's just talk about some of the characters here. I got the wiki up here. So because this is set in England, the characters typically go by their first name, which makes sense. So we got Noelle here. She is a curvy, very attractive dark-haired woman. One of the main 2 girls here, probably the stronger out of the 2 witches. And in this case, they're called witches. They are not called soul reapers. The premise of this is basically there's like a bunch of dragons, and they have to kill the bad ones. But at the same time, some people are allowed to command smaller ones. And also, the people that command them, like the normal people, do not have the ability to have a dragon. So, like your normal person living in, it's called Reverse London. So basically, there's regular London in this, and then there's Reverse London, which is basically like the England equivalent to the Soul Society. Reverse London has dragons. People can see all the dragons. They fought them for many, many years, similar to Hollows, demons, whatever you'd like to call them. And basically, they have to go kill the bad ones. It's very similar to Bleach because it's in the same world as Bleach. Although the animation is definitely not the same. Definitely kind of a more, I guess, Tower of God style animation is the best way to describe it. Next character we have is Inny. Basically, she is also a witch in Reverse London. She is like some sort of famous person in regular London. We're not really sure, but who knows? And she is kind of more of the less level-headed, kind of bratty. If you want to do the classic Vegeta Goku comparison, she is kind of more the Vegeta, kind of the angry. I mean, they both have aspects of Vegeta, but she is definitely more of the angry, kind of bratty, my way or the highway. Yeah, I'm really smart, know all this information. Kind of a little bit loud, a little bit obnoxious, but not enough to like hate the character. That's the best way I could describe her. And let's move on to the next character, Balgo. So this guy, oh, that's not what I wanted. How dare you? So Balgo here, he is kind of the key possibly to unlocking the 7, I guess, fairy tale dragons. Martianings, if I'm saying this like M-A-C-H or Machnin, are like the 7 fairy tale crazy dragons. The one we get to see is Cinderella, and he has the ability to attract dragons. He's not very powerful, but in the 3rd episode, he does get a sword out of this old. They have like these like wand things is the best way to describe them. Almost, it's kind of basically the equivalent of their sword, and he basically pulls the equivalent of Excalibur out of there. And if you're familiar with the whole King Arthur theory, basically Excalibur has the ability to defeat any opponent. He has the ability to control all the dragons, which had actually controlled Cinderella for a couple of seconds in order to kill Cinderella, the dragon, which is the next character we're probably going to get into. So he's just kind of dumb-witted, nothing fancy. Then we have Oshawi, which is also, this is Bagalo's dragon. He's just a cute little fluffy dog, a little bit of a pervert. Says he wants to see Noelle's panties, so she goes after him. So you got to have that that creepy sexualization in there. Then we have Billy Banks Jr. This is kind of the head guy He's kind of like the boss to Noelle and Nina. Let's see if I can get the other two characters that I want here as well. Witches and wizards. So the characters, the one character we're not seeing here, which I don't know why, is Marcy. And let me see if I can bring her up anywhere. Burn the Witch manga. But Marcy is kind of like Ninny's co-star, is the best way to describe it here. And there we go, Marcy. Let's bring a picture of her up. I want to bring up the two other characters I actually care about. So this is Marcy. If I go to images, you would think the character wiki would actually have her. But this is basically what she looks like in the anime. You know, tall, attractive woman. We got to see her in regular London covered in makeup. She is the one that basically raises Cinderella, and it is now the end of it basically becomes part of the witches. And even though the Ninny is not too happy about it. The other guy we have here is Mr. Bruno, Mr. Angry Badass. So they have like these 11 top tier people or something like that, similar to the Gotel 13 in Bleach. And this guy basically is going after Balgo, which is the dumb guy, dumb character. So he is such. He's like he is an idiot. He is just like he is Goku level oblivious. I do see some elements of Bleach in here, but honestly, if you didn't tell me this was in the same world as Bleach, I wouldn't have even known. Besides that last episode, basically it says like I think it says like Western Soul Society, Eastern Soul. No, it'd be Eastern, right? Never eat sour watermelon. So yeah, it'd be Western Soul Society, compared to Japan anyway. And you wouldn't even know it. Like, this doesn't seem like it belongs in the same world as Bleach, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the ride. Um, pretty much a little over an hour, and you're done with all 3 episodes. Because commercials, blah blah blah. They usually bring that to an hour and a half, but that's it. Basically, it's 3 episodes of okay. I mean, I definitely did not get pulled into it into the first episode. Second episode, I definitely got a little more interested. In third episode, we got that nice fight at the end of it, so it was definitely cool to see that at the end. Let's see, Bleach character. Yeah, see this is all technically in the Bleach wiki still. Burn the Witch manga, movie, Witches and Wizards, dragons. We can bring up the dragons, so that way you can see Cinderella here, hopefully, if it allows us to bring up Cinderella. Which it won't. There we go. There's true form Cinderella. There's a nice, beautiful image. So, basically, this thing is like a phoenix. This thing is super OP. In the legend, basically, it says you have to break the crown in order to kill it, which is what the head of these two witches actually ends up doing. And basically, he realizes that Balgo is like probably the equivalent to King Arthur, possibly. He's a lot stronger than he knows, and he had the ability to activate the sword to kind of memorize Cinderella for a couple of minutes in order for him to one-shot her, literally, through the crown and end up killing her, which kind of sucks because this is a pretty cool friggin' dragon. Basically, it waves its wings, it glistens in the starlight, it can only reach its true form in the moonlight, and it just blows up like half of London. I'm talking like World War II bomber squad style is basically the equivalent of what happened here. I'm trying to figure out the name of the wands for you, but there's really not a whole lot. Yeah, you can see them right here. They're like kind of like little alien-looking horn things. One's got the star, one's got like this blue little doodad. But there's not really a lot going on with this. I mean, I was not like overwhelmed with joy. It definitely didn't like give me that same kind of Bleach vibe. It definitely gave me some cool action vibe. There's a little bit of a story, but I think if we got a full 12 episodes, 13 episodes, like an actual first season of something, as opposed to them saying, oh, it's a movie, except it's going to be 3 episodes or whatever. I think it would have felt less rushed, because it did feel kind of rushed, because it seemed like they were just trying to cram a bunch of stuff into like an hour's time, which we see recently with the God of High School, where they tried to cram like 400 chapters into 13 episodes. It just doesn't work, and I think this is kind of facing a similar principle, unfortunately, where there's really nothing you can kind of do about it, and it just kind of sucks. So, magic, they call it. I don't understand how like this ties into Bleach. I'm guessing a lot of people were kind of expecting to see maybe Ichigo or some of the other main Bleach characters, Rukia, Byakuya, Renji, somebody from the Gotel 13 showing up, seeing what's going on. But it's kind of like in the same world, but a different world, because the Soul Society is like, oh, you're dead, and this is like, oh, no, now there's dragons in this world too, I guess, which maybe I'm guessing that the dragons aren't actually dragons, and that possibly they are just another form of Hollow, or I'm not sure. Yeah, it's called the Wingbind. It's similar to Keto, so that's definitely what it looks like. It looks like all of these people are using Keto. Bruno with his like weird spray paint cans, and then the two witches with their kind of wands here using them, and it's just like with only 3 episodes, it was kind of hard to like fall in love with the characters. I guess is the best way to say that. So you got pipers, yeah, they're different pipes, and then we had, I guess, inks. Yeah, so these are the two that we saw. We saw the pipers and we saw the inks. Don't read any of this if you don't want spoilers for other things, because I'm sure there's definitely different things. There's people with swords, sabers. Yup, that's Balgo right there. But I don't know. I just did not feel like I got pulled into this. Like, this guy is just like, we don't have his backstory. He just comes across as like a massive asshole for no reason. Nitty comes across as kind of annoying, and then Noelle just comes across as kind of, you know, just cold, cold shouldered, and she warms up a little bit at the end. Mr. I'm so serious, serious about everything, just get the job done. Where Nini is more kind of like that first couple episodes Naruto, where he's got some abilities, but at the same time, she's messing around and not having the best time. She's just in it for the money, as opposed to the glory that Noelle is in it for. She wants to go up through the ranks. There's a good image right there too. That may be a thumbnail, possibly. I think that bad boy probably comes straight out of the manga. Let's see. Burn the Witch, that's a better one. But yeah, I mean, I hope there's a season 2 of this and it actually gets the justice it deserves. I have not personally read the manga, so the manga may be longer at this point. I think it was kind of a one-off, so this may be based just on that one-off. I honestly do not know how far the manga goes, but as I said, from what I've seen, the manga was a one-off too, so I think it's going to be based on how popular this is. This may be just one of those things where, in 5 years, everybody forgets about it and no one cares, or everybody's raving over it because it got a second season, everything got explained more, and it was just a good ride. But as of right now, it's just kind of meh. I didn't get to kind of embrace the characters. I got to embrace the characters for one day, because most people are gonna pound these 3 episodes out in about a day, watch all 3 of them, and then that's it. Who knows if we'll ever see these characters again? And that's pretty much the bulk of this. Overall, was it decent? Yes. Did I enjoy the ride? Yes. But at the same time, I definitely was not in love with it. It was okay. This is probably like a 6 out of 10 if we're going on a scale. In all honesty, I've definitely seen better, and I've definitely seen a lot worse. So I think that pretty much sums it up. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.